Hi guys, my name is Clem Buckley and welcome back to another video. In this video I'm going to show you the very basics that you need to know about strumming the guitar. Okay guys, I'm just going to be speaking about the strumming hand, which would probably be the right hand for most of you, and just a very quick look at how to read a basic rhythm as well. So most people ask when they're learning how to play the guitars, how do I strum a rhythm? So basically we got to get used to there being a beat the whole time and our hand becoming part of that beat. The quickest way I find for students to learn this is to think of your hand like a metronome or a clock ticking. So we'll talk about that in a second. One little tip here, if you're using a plectrum when you're strumming, I like to hold the plectrum at a right angle to my thumb, and you want to show as little as the plectrum as possible. If you show too much, it tends to get caught in the strings and gets pulled out by the strings. So if you find you're dropping your plectrum a lot when you're strumming the guitar, that's probably the case. It's that it's sticking out too far. If it's sticking out too far, you're going to drop it a lot. If you hold it in tighter to your thumb, not actually physically tighter, but closer to your thumb, you'll find that you won't drop it as much. So we're going to look at rhythms just using quarter notes and eighth notes, or crotchets and quavers. If we think of our eighth notes like a clock ticking, so when we're strumming, we want our hand to have that same metronomic movement that a clock has. So if we think of a grandfather clock ticking on its side, going tick, tock, tick, tock, tick, tock, tick, tock, that's essentially the same as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And we're just doing that with our wrists over the guitar, so on its side essentially. So we're going 1 and 2 and tick, tock, tick, tock, tick, tock. So keep your hand moving all the times to keep yourself in time. So when it comes to strumming, guys, the most important thing really here at the start is you want to strum as much as you can using your wrist movement. The arm gets involved a little bit, but for me, the arm, you want to think more like it's your suspension. It just kind of bounces. It's on a spring. It can move like that, but generally the strumming comes from the wrist. The elbow is too strong and not accurate enough for the guitar. So to get used to strumming with the wrist, what you want to do is, I just ask my students, if you put your fingers under your arm there and just literally play dead with your wrist. So just imagine you've dropped dead and your wrist will just fall like that. Gravity alone falling like that is strong enough for a downstroke. So we do that on the guitar. So 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. You can see a nice small movement there and just lifting the wrist back up. Okay, so let's look at a few basic rhythms. So I'm going to bring up the most basic rhythm here underneath, and you can see what we have are 4 crotchets or 4 quarter notes. At the start there, you'll see 4/4. That's our time signature, which means there are 4 crotchets or 4 quarter notes per bar, which is most common time signature around, which is 4 beats per bar. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're literally just strumming on each beat there. Now, when it comes to strumming upstrokes, what I find beginners do a lot is they tend to pull up like that with their elbow, dragging across too many strings. So my suggestion would be, and I honestly think it sounds better anyway, if you just aim on your upstroke just to strum 2 or 3 strings on the upstroke. So if I play 8 notes, which is essentially twice as many as the quarter notes. So quarter notes, we're just strumming the down part of the beat, going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and then for the upstroke, and 2 and 3 and 4. So for 8 notes, we just include the upstroke. So I'm going to play these 2 rhythms back to back here. So it goes 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So you'll notice on the upstrokes, I'm just hitting 2 or 3 strings. Very important. Also strumming very lightly. We don't want to strum too hard. It's just too harsh a sound on, especially on the acoustic guitar, and it doesn't sound great on the electric either. What I'm going to do for these rhythms as well, I'm going to split them into their 4 beats. So you can see I've just color-coded each beat of the bar, so you can see the 4 strips there. Each one of those is your beat. So it should hopefully make it easier to read these rhythms. I'm not a big fan of the down, down, up, up, down, up, down, up explaining way of rhythm. It's better to actually learn how to read the rhythm. So if you can do that, this is going to help you loads. Okay, guys, so let's look at a couple of more rhythms here. So we're going to combine quarter notes and 8 notes here. So we've got 2 quarter notes at the start, followed by 2 8 notes. Now the important thing to remember is our hand is always moving. Remember, like I said, it's like a clock ticking. So we're going tick, tock, tick, tock, tick, tock, tick, tock, constantly moving. So if I strum this rhythm, it sounds like this: 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and so it's down, skip, down, skip, down, up, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So I'm going to play that rhythm just a little bit quicker, just so you can see potentially what you could do with it. So 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and. Okay, guys, let's look at another rhythm. This time we're going to play a quarter note, 2 8 notes, a quarter note, and then 2 8 notes. So again, keep your right hand moving always. Nice small movements with the wrist. So it'll be 3 and a 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Again, I'll play that a little bit quicker just so you get an idea what it would sound like in a song. So 3 and a 4 and a 1. Something like that. So guys, what you can start to do is just come up with as many rhythms as possible using just quarter note and 8 notes. Now I'm going to just throw in one last rhythm here. This rhythm uses a tie, which is going from the and the 2 is tied across to the 3. So what that means is we tie those 2 8 notes together and they become a quarter note, but going across the beat. So this time we're going to be skipping a down strum. So if you notice our quarter notes, when they were on the beat, we skip the up. So if we do the opposite, if we just play the ands and then skip the downs or the beats, you can see I'm just strumming up. So the reason I picked this rhythm, guys, is it's probably, from my experience, the most played guitar rhythm and taught guitar rhythm. Maybe probably too much. A lot of people default to this rhythm all the time. So just knowing what it is, you may find that you may want to avoid it sometimes. It's used a lot because it is actually a very good rhythm, but I think maybe too much. So it's the classic. You'll know it as the down, down, up, down, up. Again, you probably hear that all the time online. So I'll just show you what it looks like here. So we're going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So the hardest part there is on that third beat to keep the hand moving. I know from experience that students tend to pause and then they strum that and a 3 down. So make sure you're counting out loud, acknowledge that third beat and just strum over air. Again, think of your right hand like a clock ticking. It's just going tick, tock, tick, tock, tick, tock, tick, tock. So you want your hand moving all the time, because as you speed up, that momentum keeps you in time and it actually makes playing the guitar much easier. Again, let's just have a look at this rhythm sped up. I played a little variation at the end, but you get the idea. So really the thing to take away from this, guys, is as long as your right hand is moving, it's always going to be in time. So you can vary the rhythms as much as you want. You don't have to stick to a pattern for the whole song. That's going to get pretty boring. So I'd encourage you to get used to counting out loud, first of all, and keeping that right hand moving. And then take one of these rhythms and then maybe start to vary it. So if we look at the first rhythm I showed you, which goes 1, 2, 3, and 4, and I'll play it again, 1, 2, and I'm just going to strum the 3, 3, 4, and 1, 2, and I'm going to strum 3 and 4. So you can see I left out some of the 8 notes sometimes, but if you can start doing that on the first beat, second beat, third beat, fourth beat, anywhere you want. And then if you can get a hang of the syncopated rhythm where you skip it down, where you go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and you can get some very interesting rhythms. Big thing though is you need to count and just keep track of where you are in the bar at all times. Okay guys, if you're interested in learning more, I've loads more in my book here that I just released there before Christmas. There's loads more rhythms. It goes way more in depth into strumming. So with everything in the book I teach, there are video lessons and songs that go with every lesson. So for every technique or theory you're learning, there's a song to go with it. So you get to apply what I'm teaching straight away, which is very important that you apply it straight to a song. So if you're interested in learning the guitar in an orderly fashion where I'll take you from absolutely knowing nothing to being able to play your first guitar solo. So even if you can play already, you might find there's bits in your knowledge that are missing. This book will get you right from the very basics all the way up to playing guitar solos. So obviously I can't recommend it highly enough. Please like and subscribe. I'm trying to put a video up every week at the moment. So if there's anything you want to learn, leave a comment below and I'll do my best to get onto it for you. All right, we'll see you next week.